Nader, why do you work so hard? Now, I'm not saying that to say, oh, look at me, I work hard, give me credit for that. Like, okay, so I have worked hard, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I've worked smart over these past few years. But I would say that I've consistently, to a certain extent, worked really hard on creating videos, making content, launching businesses. I'd say the business stuff happened when I was 15, when I started freelancing, and the creation started when I was 12 or 13, so pretty young. Not as young as a lot of other people, coming up today because of the internet, because of media, but I was always huge on self-development and improvement. And I don't get the question often, to be honest, but I get the question sometimes, and people say, hey, why do you work so hard? And not only that, what is this for? What do you want at the end of the day? And I have all these big, ambitious, crazy, ridiculous, like beyond Elon Musk ridiculous, not better or greater, but like just more insane and crazy and difficult to achieve ideas and plans for the future. But there is a reason why I work so hard, and there's a reason why I started working so hard. I used to like making people laugh. That's probably the first reason why. I was always picked on in school when I was younger, and that doesn't mean that I wasn't tough, or I wasn't tough, I was a kid, but that didn't mean I didn't, have a rough side to me, and it didn't mean that I let people walk all over me. I didn't. In fact, I did everything I could to make myself stronger because of that. But at the same time, I found my best way to connect with people was to make them laugh, and my best way to emphasize with my situation was to make myself laugh. So I used to always make funny content, and people would always think, hey, Nader, he's a brown dude, he's probably from India, which was cool. The background's Persian and Guyanese, and my mom is from England, so I would always use a British accent in school, and people would just think it's hilarious when I was a kid, so that was a big thing. So when I moved to a new city, when I was 13 years old, it was a small town, I wasn't used to it, people made fun of me at the beginning, and this was a good experience. I mean, I'm happy, and I remember these with fond memories now. I wish I could go back sometimes, just for a few seconds, to just like live it again, because I just want to get back inside of my own head and see what that felt like, because I know I've changed a lot since then. But the reason why I worked so hard, and the reason why I started creating things and, going against the grain of society, as cliche as that sounds, was because I wanted to connect with people, but I also wanted their attention. I felt like being different all the time. I always got negative energy, negative focus and attention, and I wanted to get that positive attention from people, but I also wanted to make them happy. And I also wanted to laugh about my situation and make light of the difficult things that were going on, in that move, being 13 years old and in a new place, having a decently strict upbringing, which, I think has helped me develop as the person I am today. But I just wanted to work with all those things. But when it really kicked in, I'd say when it really kicked in is when I was like 13, 14 years old, and I had a crush on a girl. I'm not even kidding. This is when the hard work kicked in. Because I thought back then that I needed to improve myself, to make myself better. I felt like it stemmed from a place of lacking, a hole. I thought I had to make myself better in order to be good enough for that girl. So what I did then, instead of really talking to her, was I just worked really hard on myself, on trying to create a public image. It was never about fame. It was never about feeling like I'm better than other people. It was never about anything. It actually stemmed from a place of lack. And although I laughed and I joked about my situation often, I did everything I could in the face of adversity to make myself a better person for that person that I liked. And this went on for a while. In fact, I became very obsessed with self-improvement that I didn't even talk to this person. I didn't even go out of my way. I didn't live in the moment. And probably the only thing I ever really had to do was say hello and just talk. And that's something I didn't realize for a very long time. So that's when I really got into it. I got into radio, I got on a show, and every time I did something, it wasn't like, look at me because I'm so great. It was, please notice me and please give me your time and please know I'm doing this for you. But I thought that was being articulated. I don't know how. I just felt like it was coming across. But the truth was that it wasn't. So I want to give you some advice, especially if you're going through life right now and you feel that you need to do something to prove yourself. You don't, okay? Your accomplishments, the things that you do, don't dictate who you are. And I know you hear that from a lot of people. Everyone says that. But you need to understand that intrinsically right now, your limiting beliefs about yourself have been created by other people. They haven't been created by you. So you are entitled to every single opportunity you want to go out there and get. Every single thing you want to achieve in life, you are entitled to getting that. And you need to understand that. Don't let anybody make you think that you need to go away and make yourself better before you can do something. Okay? I worked with a kid and his father, and we went up against the U.S. College Board. He was 9 years old, and we got him into, I believe he scored A levels on his SATs, and he's going into college at age 10. You can do anything. You don't need more time because, opportunities are going to pass you every single day. And if you keep waiting till you're ready, you're good enough, you'll never get those opportunities. And once they're gone, there's a chance they'll never come back. You can always remain hopeful, but there's a chance they'll never come back. So I'm very happy with where I am today. I'm very lucky to be where I am. And I'm very grateful for the people who've supported me in my life. But when I get that question, Nader, why do you work so hard? I think back to a number of reasons, but I think back to that number one reason. It comes from a place of lacking. If you want to work on yourself, make sure it comes from a place of abundance. When I work on myself now, for the most part, it comes from a place of abundance, a place of knowing that I can do good in this world and leave a legacy. But all the heart came from doing it for another person. All the passion came from doing it for somebody else. Make sure you're doing it for you. Make sure the things that you do for you. And if you want to talk to somebody, you want to do something in life, don't wait for the moment. Don't do the self-improvement. Do that on the side for you, but go and seize that opportunity, because we don't live on this planet forever. My name's Nader, and I don't make sappy videos like that anymore, but thanks for sticking around and listening.